Rock. Rock and roll. Yeah, it's really loud on stage. Come down and finish that. Great to be here. Great to see none of you out there. Is anyone there? I can hear you. Okay, cool. Guys, I've been invited to speak to you tonight on this topic of why God today and tomorrow. And the only way I could think to talk about this was from a bit of personal experience. So I'm going to tell a few stories and we're going to read some Bible together. And hopefully, I want you guys to walk away with one thought. And I hope that it's kind of like, a splinter in your foot. If you've ever had that, it's really annoying. So my aim for tonight is to annoy you substantially with a thought. And I hope that it sticks with you for a long time, and perhaps even your whole life. But I need a volunteer. First to the chair wins. Okay, well. Okay, so the thing that I wanted to talk to you guys about, and the one idea that I wanted you guys to have in your heads after I finished, and hopefully all weekend, why would I possibly go with God today and tomorrow? Why would I do that? And the one thing that comes to mind, and which I hope is the one thing that sticks with you, is that the reason why I'm going to choose Jesus for today and for tomorrow is because He's always with me. And you're probably thinking, well, yeah, like this stand is here, this stand is with me, and I got my mate next to me, or this wedge here, that's here with me, but like, what? Where's Jesus? Is He actually here? Is he, where is He? Where did He go? Isn't He in heaven somewhere? And I thought maybe it would be cool if we could read a little part of the Bible. Here's a story from a guy called Jacob. Jacob had a grandpa called Abraham. Who's heard of old Abraham? He's cool. Now, let me read this. Jacob is leaving a place called Beer-sheba, and he's going towards a place called Haran. Okay, and I won't read all the details. You guys can check it out. It's in Genesis chapter 28, if you're interested. And he's walking along, and he gets tired because the sun had set. So he takes one of the stones and he puts it under his head and he uses the stone as a pillow. And he lies down there and has a nap. Anyway, he has this amazing dream where he sees the staircase going from earth to heaven, and there's angels and all sorts of trippy stuff going on. And God speaks to him and says, hey man, I'm with you always, and I'm going to do what I told you I'm going to do, and I'm going to stick with you all the way to the end. Now, verse 16, Jacob woke up from his sleep and he said, surely the Lord is in this place, and I did not know it. And Jacob was afraid. And he said, how awesome is this place? This is none other than the house of God, and this is the gate of heaven. So he's had this amazing dream, and what's he seen? He's seen a staircase going to heaven, and he's seen earth, and he's seen angels going up this staircase. It's like an escalator going to heaven. And he's kind of just woken up and he's going, this is amazing. Like, this is like, he says, this is the gate of heaven, earth. He's talking about this earth. I find that really interesting. This is the same earth. We're on the same earth that Jacob was on. And this is the same, if like we were to breathe right now, let's do a group breath. Ready? 1, 2, 3, go in. We just breathed in the same atmosphere that Jacob was breathing in. And if everyone just kind of tries to do a little jump on their chair, ready? 1, 2, 3, jump. We all got pulled down by the same force of gravity that pulled Jacob down. We're on the same planet. And Jacob's saying, you know what? This is the gate of heaven. This earth that we're on. Heaven's not some faraway place. Like maybe if you go a few k's past Pluto, you might run into heaven. Or, if you look it up in the street map, you might find the postcode of heaven. It's not like that. Heaven is God's dimension of reality. And heaven is actually what we're swimming in. It's actually all around us. Heaven is God's place, and it's all around us. It reminds me the other day I was having breakfast with my little girl called Grace, and I do believe there's a picture coming up on the screen. Yeah. Here she is. This is Grace. She's such a handful. And this is my boy Bailey. And just before I came here, Sarah took him to hospital. So we think he's got measles. So anyway, we're sitting there having breakfast with Grace one day, and she's looking out the window and she's looking up at the sky. It's just no clouds, beautiful day. She looks at me and she goes, Daddy, I want to touch the sky. And I'm kind of, I get kind of thoughtful, and so I'm thinking to myself, what are you going to touch up there, Grace? Do you think it's like a big piece of blue cardboard or something up there that you're going to go up and, I've just touched the sky? Like, you're kind of already touching sky, Grace. You're kind of swimming in sky. That's sky, that stuff is sky. You're touching it. It's your shoes, it's kind of all around you. And I was thinking about that later, and I was like, it's the same with this idea of heaven. Heaven in the Bible is not just this thing far away or anything like that. It's like here and now, and you can ignore it if you really want to. And then I got thinking about this another place in the Bible where this stuff always trips me out, because it's written in God's perspective, so it's like God actually talking. So if you could just put your imagination caps on and just imagine that God is actually saying this, although it's me. See if you can imagine this. He says, this is God. Can a man hide himself in secret places so that I cannot see him, declares the Lord? Declares the Lord. Do I not fill heaven and earth? And you just get this idea that God is everywhere. He's everywhere. And you can't hide from him. Sarah, my wife, tells this story of when she was a little girl. She thought she had come up with the spot on planet Earth where you could hide from God. Any guesses where it was?
Under the bed.
Alaska toilet? No. Oh, she was behind the drawers. And she was just convinced as a young girl that